Hello, viewer, and welcome to Chaotic Sentimental. We're a small group full of big feelings and bad decisions. And we have a lovely story here today that we're going to tell you. Excuse me. But I'm also accompanied with two more people. I'm surrounded by some of my most favorite people in the world. And let me introduce them to you. I don't know where you are on the camera. In the bottom right corner, we have Cassian!
There's like X times the amount of applause.
In the top right corner, we have Sam!
Good evening.
And our special guest here today, in the bottom left corner, we have Katie! And in the top left corner, we have Devin!
Ew.
Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. We're very excited. And how does it feel to be the first guests on Chaotic Sentimental?
Very special. Very nice.
Cool, good.
Yeah.
That is what we told you to say before.
That's what our contract
Good
legally
job.
required us to say.
We can't. There's no contracts here.
Except the ones you sell your soul for.
Yeah, on our
So true.
Patreon.
Sell your soul, we'll send you a special shout out.
Yeah, we'll sell you a cool copy of it. Anyway, without further ado, this here is one of our stories. Roll the intro. It's all good. It's all good.
Hee hee.
It's always fun when we come back into something and no one knows what's going on.
And they'll never know.
All right, Cassian, are you ready?
Me?
Yes.
Always.
The darkness is hungry. A wizard and a warlock are all that stand in between aboard the Crimson Maw. Sorren, an ancient bloodthirsting captain seeking the extinction of a corrupted age, sails beside their newfound love, Talon, an eyeless abyss-woven tiefling guided by shadow dragons. Welcome to a tragedy in the making. Bound by love, secrets, and impending ruin, they chase forbidden power and impossible answers aboard the Crimson Maw. Their goal is nothing less than the death of a son and the destruction of a godlike entity. Salvation may be within reach, but so is oblivion.
As in surround sound.
They've heard it a couple times before.
At least two.
Previously on a Sea of Shadow, the Maw was attacked by skeletal giants laying at the bottom of the haunted cove. They hacked and slashed, attacking the ship, while our umbral adventurers came up from below and defended their ship. In an extravagant display of skill and magic, Talon and Sorren defeated the giants and saved their ship and escaped the mists of the haunted cove. While wounds were healing, man, picking words hard, Sorren and Talon discussed what was to really happen on their journey. Do they embrace the dark? Do they trust Fraz? Does the laptop stay on? What would Talon do if Sorren died? Heavy questions that weigh heavy on the heart. Before the long thought of these questions carry them too far into the dark hole of uncertainty, they leave the mists and see Castle Vaderbugen, across the waters and wrapped in an eternal storm, while an empty ship while empty ships drift lifelessly. Except for one. A small sailing ship that has been home to 2 lost souls for a while now. And they have recently come into information that will let them find their way home and give them the answers they had been looking for. And this is where our story begins. Scroll down. It's yet another cool, brisk, and stale day in the Haunted Cove. Day number XXXX. Perhaps started counting. Maybe consult the scratches in the side of your boat somewhere. You two, Brigitte and Kallum, are sailing amongst the other empty vessels that are one of a few hundred in the Haunted Cove. These are waters that are familiar to you. You've recently learned some exciting things and have been pondering over them for maybe a while. And it's really just, how are you going to solve this problem at hand? How are you going to get to where you can't get to right now? So please, before we continue any further actually, can you describe your characters? Let's start with Kallum.
Sure.
Standing aboard this ship.
Just need a second to buy myself time to open the right document that I didn't have. That's right in front of me now. Callum is he stands at about 6'4", and is kind of skinnier looking. He's wearing some studded leather armor. He's got kind of long brown hair. It's kind of unkept in the front, but then in the back he keeps it in like a tight braid. Has a kind of not gaunt features, but kind of sharp features on his face. Like he doesn't eat too much, but not quite into starvation yet. And some very calm-looking brown eyes. He's not really like scanning the horizon for any danger or anything like that. Just kind of looking around casually. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Brigitte.
Brigitte is dressed in quite masculine attire with a very fancy-looking red cavalier hat with big feathers sticking up the side of it. She's also has somewhat of a slender face with like a fairer complexion, and she, at first glance, does appear somewhat masculine, but the thing that makes her look more feminine is more all of these golden curls that just pour out from underneath her hat that extend most of the way down her back. That's me.
What? It's maybe okay. So it's late at night. It's around 10 p.m. We've gotten pretty good at kind of keeping track of the time now because it's usually, no, not usually. It's always overcast in the Haunted Cove. When the sun shines, it just looks like the moon, and when the moon shines, it breaks through the clouds. And that's typically how it goes up here. Through years of being in the Haunted Cove and fleeing authorities and pursuing unjust, you've been in a bit of a predicament over the handful, maybe 2 handfuls of years in this Haunted Cove. You've survived with, well, great skill and strength, we'll be honest. You are both mighty adventurers and very capable in what you do, and this is not the first adventure you've ever had, but it's probably the deadliest. As you've kind of been trapped here, you know that leaving this cove is no easy task, and you don't plan on leaving until your goal is complete. The destruction of the Banshee Queen. However, that's quite a problem, as how do you kill what's already dead? So with many years of investigating and speaking with the dead through a magical amulet you have managed to come into hands with, you've been interrogating or investigating or conversing with the lifeless bodies of the haunted cove. And through a long trail of check stops and investigation and leads and dead ends, you've finally come to some information that a particular person is hiding away that may have the answers to accomplish what you wish to do. But they're guarded, they're hidden. They're, well, not really hidden, but they are guarded. They're kept behind a collection of lost souls, to say simply. And you're not really sure if this individual is going to be hostile towards you. You know that the two of you can't really do it yourselves. You've been trying to devise a plan. What ideas have you thought of in maybe the last days or a week or even just a few weeks that you've had this knowledge and been trying to figure out? You know of one consistent denizen here and some varying denizens, whether they know they're denizens or not. What have the two of you been thinking? What would be a conversation or an argument maybe the two of you are having currently right now?
You said we're on our ship right now, right?
Yeah, it's a smaller sailing ship. It's only got 2 masts. It's manageable between the two of you, but is definitely undermanned. Fortunately, the waters of the Haunted Cove are not wild and crazy like the ocean. You're able to sail it here with just the two of you. You don't have to get anywhere quick.
Yeah, Kallum, I guess, he's probably just standing on the, what would it be, aft side of the ship, one side of the ship, just kind of looking off, and he'll turn back, trying to look for Brigitte. I guess, where would you be?
Sorry.
I'd probably be higher up, keeping lookout for any other signs of life.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess he'll shout up at you. Like I know we should probably wait, but I mean, Dan might be helpful. He might be able to do it.
He doesn't even want to leave here, darling. Like, why are you even trying to convince him to?
I mean, it's just we can't do it together, the two of us alone. Like, we need at least 1, maybe 2, 3 other people to come with us. And Dan's, I think, a warm body.
Let's not get dramatic here. See, the problem is that I don't know if he's actually going to help us if we are trying to escape this place, because he, as I said, he does not want to leave. So involving him in our plans might just be self-sabotage.
Right, but we don't have to tell him that part of it. We just got to get to the cove, right? Or the cave. And maybe he can help us get there.
Have you seen him go anywhere in that vicinity?
I mean, Dan seems to go wherever he wants, so
That's true.
it's one point in the Dan column. -1 because he's Mad Dan. So we're at neutral right now.
Which is exactly where we started.
I mean, we could wait, see if anybody else shows up, but
We've waited this long.
I know. And nobody else has shown up, so that's not...
People have showed up. It's just
Nobody
telling
useful
them
has shown up.
where we're going is a little hard to convince them.
True.
What type of people have you encountered?
Probably just other ships that have wound up in here and not been able to leave.
What is the most bizarre ship that you have seen that comes in? The strangest thing.
Probably the paddle boat.
Paddleboat was pretty funny. Paddleboat was pretty funny.
Like, how do you get that far?
I don't even know how he found this place in the first. Like, it just was it just manual paddling the whole way? Did he ride the weight? I don't know.
Maybe
That-
it was just Dan. Maybe that's... No.
No, Dan was here before. We saw the paddleboat come in, right? God, it was so long ago.
What color was this paddleboat?
What color?
It was painted. Do you remember? A green painted paddleboat.
This place.
Neither. Unless it's to accomplish our main objective, I'm trying not to hold on to too many memories here. Less for me to have to discard later.
That's what this place wants you to do.
That's what I want to do.
I can't stop you from not remembering things.
Point for Brigitte.
Wait, you're already in the group. We can't give you a point to... You're not coming with me? Is that... do we need to, like, pros and cons you coming as well to the cave?
No, I just want to know. I just want it to be clear there's a point to me. That's all.
When did we start tracking points?
Now.
Well, I'm giving myself a point.
You can't give yourself a point.
You just did.
As the two of you are kind of finding places to scratch in your points on the side of the boat here, Brigitte, while you're up high, taking a look out and having given yourself 2 extra points because you deserve them. And you have maybe not communicated this, but you have 2 more good reasons for Brigitte to have 2 more points. You see past the post. I want to say you're kind of like up on top of the main mast. And what kind of remains of your crow's nest is kind of half fallen apart. There isn't really a railing on it anymore, and a couple of planks have busted off the side. But as you're kind of holding yourself up there and you scratch, and then out of focus you see a ship in the distance, kind of coming from the mists. Now you've been here a long time, and you've kind of learned to recognize a lot of the silhouettes of the ships that kind of drift around out here. You've also gone to, as far as you know, almost all of them, because there's bodies on there in which you can speak to and get some information. You've talked to all sorts of denizens of the Sea of Knives. You've talked to pirates, you've talked to coalition troops, you've talked to foolish adventurers, you've talked to runaway lovers, all manners of people, all dead now. This ship is of a silhouette. Can you actually give me a history check, Brigitte?
Ooh. 14.
You see this silhouette. You recognize this silhouette. Your eyes, do they deceive you as you kind of squint and focus your vision? You have a hard time remembering exactly whose ship this is, or what their name was. Perhaps you'd remember if you saw the iconography. But you know this is a ship of someone that is highly wanted from the Coalition. And it's a ship that you have not seen in these waters. And as far as you know, which you know quite a bit about the ships of these waters, is new. And you have not seen before. And they're off in the horizon. They're probably, well, the way things go here, they kind of look like they're coming this way. So they could be upon you in 10, 15 minutes, give or take.
Kallum, we might have a live one.
Oh,
That way.
can I see it from
Yeah.
just like from the deck, or is it too
Yeah,
far?
as you kind of look out, the mists kind of part a bit more, and you're able to see this ship. It's larger than yours. It has 3 masts. Larger sailing ship. It's like more the typical size that comes in here. You know that it probably fits maybe like 15, 20 crew, something like that. Which means there could be quite a lot of people on this ship. It's kind of only a silhouette. You can't make out the colors or anything, but you can see that there are upright bodies, people, standing on this ship, on the deck, as it sails upwards towards you. As far as you are able to, you know pretty well, you are kind of amongst other floating, just drifting ships. As far as like from their view, you know that you're just another ship floating in the water. However, if they have eyes out here, perhaps they will see you on the deck. It's up to you if you wish to kind of duck down and hide and not draw any attention, or just remain where you are. But you technically kind of just have some natural camouflage, because you could just play it off as just another ship drifting. Perhaps you've even kept a couple skeletons kind of just in a barrel or something, hanging around in case such things happen. Because there's definitely been times where a big ship has come in or something that you know would, like, you just don't want to risk them killing you. So you just kind of play dead and hope that the cove takes them later, which mostly does. Not much to do.
Yeah, I'll turn back towards Brigitte again. What do you think? Do you think they got somebody on board that can help?
Looks like they got some people on board.
We're gonna break out the barrel skeletons, or
Honestly, damn it. Something I do want to remember. It kind of reminds me of a ship that I can't quite remember the name of. I think it might be Wanted.
like the ship is wanted? Is it a pirate ship?
Potentially.
All right, I'm getting the barrel skeletons.
Then again, I mean, they may be the type of people to sail into danger.
Callum's already at a barrel, lifting it up. Yeah, but they're pirates, though. I don't got any money to give to any pirates.
I mean, there's a cave. And I mean, dragons always have treasure.
You can't pack more than one skeleton in the barrel. The bones get all confused.
Well, then leave them in the barrel.
Well, I feel like if a bunch of pirates see a ghost ship or a ship full of skeletons, you know, they're less likely to board us.
But they're going to see us with the skeletons.
No, we're gonna hide. That's what the
Why
skeleton.
would we hide?
We've
want
done
them
this like
to help us get
30
into...
times. Because they're pirates.
You know, maybe this is why we haven't found anybody to sail with us.
Are you saying that I I need to trust people more.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that. Alright, fine. Listen, I hate touching the skeletons anyway. If you're willing to risk it, but I'm just saying, if I gotta sharpen my blades later, I'm not gonna be happy about it.
You do it anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't have to be happy about it tonight when I do it.
You can sharpen your blades in misery if you want.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess we'll try and flag them down then.
Okay. Cool. You begin your flagging process. In the interim, aboard the Crimson Maw, holding hands, standing at the front of the boat,
Looking very cute.
because I forget that name of it, staring off into the thundering storm of Castle Vaderbligen and the collection of drifting ships. You see, well, there stands Talon and Sorren. Last you were speaking of such things, you were talking about, I believe,
Oh, where the shadows were hiding.
no shadows. You just finished the strange individual that you do not know the name of on their boat with their long stick had finished giving you directions and had turned it off quite quickly, which you seem totally fine with because you had just finished spotting the pale blue, and then as you look away and look back, it is gone. After a quick glimpse of the most dangerous thing in the Haunted Cove, as far as you know, what are your plans? Forward ho? Turn around and flee?
Who do you take this for? Charles? They're gonna run away? I think the plan is to like just
You continue sail.
Straight.
Yeah.
That was what we were told.
Your
Yep.
crew adjust the sails and such, so Sorren and Atticus are all pulling down on the ropes. Everybody's really frustrating, everybody is really fighting to catch the wind in any angle in which they can, because it's kind of weird and awkward and dead out here. You can get going, you don't move very fast. You think it might could be an hour for all you know until you get to Castle Vaderbligen, unless there's something that's going to interrupt you on its way or whatnot. But at the speed you're going, it's quite a ways. As you sail on, you see these. It's almost kind of like a eerie ship graveyard, as if the epitaphs were able to just move around. These ships just drift. Some of them kind of bounce into each other. You see in the distance. And while you're kind of watching this, one ship is rather interesting, as you see two figures upright, not limp and dead, not ethereal, and not skeletal. What does it look like when the two of you flag someone down?
How far away are we from them at this point?
800 feet?
Okay.
I'm sitting on the mast and I've got my hat off and I'm just like waving it at them.
Yeah, I'm just standing there.
Okay. It's meant to be invisible in some way. Okay. Cool. You see these people that appear to be kind of waving at you or flagging you down on board this ship. It's kind of a raggedy ship. Looks like it's functional, but it's definitely seen better days.
It's Elise, it's fine.
I think that's the least.
I feel like that's a trap.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I don't.
It seems really weird. But then again, we did I know you're looking at me like that, but we did just get escorted to this point by one person.
But at least now we know where we're going. We don't need any more directions from crazy people.
Are we like going right in their direction already, or?
Sort of. I'm imagining that like the two of you maybe also kind of set your sails in a kind of manner to intercept or go towards, because you weren't perfectly lined up. But it looks at some point you will meet. You're not going directly to them, but your paths will cross.
I mean, to be fair though, if it is only 2 people, it shouldn't be that hard.
Right. If there's only 2.
If there's only 2.
It's
Strange.
It's so strange to be out here like that.
I mean, we've seen what happens to...
Right. And the thing is, like, I in ways, I'm surprised that we're still here. No offense. I know.
No, I'm fully aware.
So, I mean, maybe it's something very remarkable.
Out here.
Maybe they know what to, or maybe they haven't taken anything, and they have found this way to just stay in the space. I don't know.
I mean, do you want to go talk to them?
I'm curious if they know something that, if it's only the 2, or even if it is more, it doesn't really matter. They could have figured it out.
How to get out?
Well, I mean, even just to be able to survive.
And to be fair, a ship that size won't hold that many more people. Well, at least no more than we've got.
Yeah. I am curious.
I'll turn around and gesture towards this ship, the little ship.
You see a response in your call-outs.
We got signs of life, darling.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried that we might be seeing some cannon fire, but not this time.
As they get closer, Brigitte, the both of you actually can see this. You see the heraldry, the symbol on the flag that they bear, which is a wolf's skull.
Yeah, it's like a wolf skull with like a crescent moon underneath it and then 3 slashes on either side.
3 slashes on either side, and blood red sails. It comes back to you, Brigitte. You know this ship as the Crimson Maw, a ship that is definitely wanted by the Coalition. The captain is believed to be undead themselves. There's tales of them that they are faster than light and that they can step between the shadows, and you're dead before you realize it. They're like, they go by the name of the Bloody Shadow. There's been horror stories to keep children from becoming pirates themselves. And the Northwest crew. This is your first time seeing the Crimson Maw, because they only travel at night. And usually when people see it, it's the last thing they see.
You okay over there, Brigitte? You're looking a little...
I'm fine.
Can I
That's what all the
insight
aura
that?
bombing is for.
Yes.
Do I roll for deception?
If you are being deceptive, it's you don't have to share, but yeah, which one you're doing, but
21 on insight.
yeah, they're lying. They're not.
6.
Is there something I need to know before we get to this thing?
It may or may not be the ship of well-renowned we might be in trouble.
I told you barrel skeletons. I told you barrel skeletons.
Listen, at the very least, we have a mutual goal, because I can almost guarantee they don't want to be here either.
If we get murdered, I'm haunting you.
That is fair.
Yeah, after she tells me that, I'd like to use one of my species traits
Okay.
and make a telepathic link between me and Brigitte. And I'll use a magic action so she can speak back to me for the next time.
Cool. There you go. Yeah. Make this connection.
That's really.
I like this side of the table, that side of the table.
Yeah.
We have to do this every time. Every time we're talking telepathy.
That's the semantic part of it.
That or like this. Like symbol brain
No, I
waves.
feel like this might be a little more inconspicuous.
Well, you want to go every time? Crazy.
This is like
Yeah. You sail up to each other. They're coming within range. They're maybe 100, 120 feet out, something like that. They're within the range of your weaponry. Not that we need to know that, but that's... As the Crimson Maw comes closer, Brigitte and Kallum, you see that there's actually all manner of people on this ship. You see a goblin standing on top of a barrel. You see a kobold kind of like hanging from the nets. You see this giant furbolg and a giant minotaur and this burly like half-orc woman and a whole collection of just elves and people of creatures of the night. There's a fucking werewolf.
Can I like insight the crew as we're seeing them to see, is this like, do they look hostile towards us right now, or if they're just kind of like, we're these two randos?
Yeah, it can be an insight check.
No, they're 21.
The vibe check that you're getting is they're kind of curious. They don't seem hostile, but they're kind of like, what the fuck? Like everybody's kind of like looking like you're some kind of strange attraction. Everyone's got swords out or anything like that. They outnumber them at least 10 to 1.
you got a reading on vibes, Magic Man.
I'll telepathically, like, in here when other people are around. Yeah, and I'll relay that. They don't look like they want to stab us. They're more curious than anything, from what I can tell.
Well, that works in our favor.
Just be ready, just in case.
Always.
You guys are now about maybe 80, 60 feet, or we'll say like 180 feet. Within shouting distance and communication, you're able to talk to each other. Sorren, Talon, would you like to describe your characters,
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
what do they see?
Sure. Sorren is a very tall elf, like 6'2", with kind of like darker skin. Right now their hair is kind of like tied half back. It's really long black hair, and, like streaks of red, and they have lots of like feathers and beads and everything, kind of woven in. They have one silver eye, one red. If we talk eventually, you do see like fangs, quite often. They also have like they're just wearing like a very piratey like white shirt with like a blood red cloak draped over one shoulder, a very thick scar across their neck. Very typical pirate clothes. Have a very like almost black sword at their side, and their right arm is made out of like interlocking bands of metal, like some kind of like prosthetic magical arm. Yeah. Lots of gold jewelry and rings and all that sort of stuff. Very like obstinate, like very like I know I'm fancy, and this is all the stuff I've stolen, and it's mine now, so I'm gonna show it off and wear it.
Opulent pirate.
Yeah, opulent is a good word for it. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
And their pronouns?
They, them. For Sorren.
And Talon, what do they see?
A tall, 6 foot tall, tiefling woman, who has like ash gray skin, horns that wrap back and around her ears, and her eyes are blacked out. She seems to be well groomed. She's wearing makeup. She's wearing pants and boots with a kind of a corset kind of top with a shoulderless cape. And she also has a bunch of tattoos all over her, and jewelry. And floating beside her is a basketball-sized eyeball with 6 wings, and then a little white rat that's sitting on top of that eyeball.
Very much exactly like this depiction here.
Because you guys can't see him on camera, there is the usual figure of Nox sitting right beside.
Yeah. This thing has been staring at me. I guess
Not
staring
the eyeball,
past
but
me.
Peter has.
Peter is
He's been staring at
yeah,
me.
you.
He's been eyeballing me a little bit. But
He's the guy that mean eyes people.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Peter's the mean mugger here.
And their pronouns?
She, her.
Sorry, and what are your guys' characters' pronouns?
She, her.
He, him.
As they, yes, what do you guys, who says the first word here?
I think my plan at least was to like kind of come up to like mid deck and like get like really close.
Yeah,
I don't
cool.
shout.
I want to be up in the action too.
Yeah.
You hear like shouting, chatter, words, things like that. Almost kind of feels nice to hear, like other living people doing things like this, that aren't screaming hostilities, as people communicate the operations of a ship as they sail in closer to you. As the two of you, a little awkward but rather skillfully, two of you have figured out how to pilot this ship between the two of you rather well. You have figured out some tricks with what you need to do and such things to maneuver the ship between the two of you, as the two of you kind of do the whole passing by pull up kind of yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I think as we get close, I think I would like to say something
Cool.
first, unless anybody.
Yeah, you get within 30 or 20 feet of each other.
Oh yeah, it's like,
And then,
you know, it's not very often that we get flagged down by somebody.
It's not very often we see somebody.
So you've been here a while then?
You could say that. That would be accurate, yes.
And what possibly could we do for you?
Well, I have a feeling, this is just a hunch, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. that we have the same goal at the end of the day, which is to get out of here.
And how do you know that's what we want?
Because that's what we want. Like I said, we haven't seen very many people around here. Nobody wants to stay here. Except for Dan. I don't know if you've met him, but he is the exception to the rule.
When did you all arrive?
Not
Well,
very.
less than a day ago.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Brigitte like leans back and looks at all the like etchings on the wall. A while. Longer than most.
So, are you both like Dan then?
I mean, she sounds a little bit.
She might be a little bit like that.
Really?
Well, we do have a destination, and we do have plans.
Yeah, we're going sightseeing.
So, because we don't want you to die, I would advise against any sort of sightseeing adventures around here. You're still relatively new, but the code's not really friendly.
You think I haven't heard the tales?
You haven't lived the tales.
Oh no, I've lived far worse. Look, you don't need to warn us about what's there.
We have another one, don't we?
Another what?
Another crew of people that are convinced that they can sail the oceans and they know what they're doing.
I mean, kinda, we're just standing there silently.
I'm just gonna whisper to you. I think they look like what we do sometimes.
Oh,
I
mean, I'd rather than
I
not
think it's a
die.
very real possibility.
It's more of I'd rather not die with them.
Who knows how long it'll be before another group that looks half as good as them comes in. It's been, I don't know, I lost count at 3,000 days.
You know what? I'm not going to think about how many days. That depresses me.
I'll say, how rude of us. We haven't introduced ourselves. My name is Kallum. This is Brigitte.
I am Talon, and perhaps you know who this might be? Most do. And if you don't, you should.
Called her Sorren Gale. Sorren. To some.
And you hear kind of like a throat clear behind you. As you look
Who
over your
fucking
shoulder,
is it?
as you look over your shoulder, you see like almost your whole crew. There's, I just forgot your whole crew's name. There's Tess and Redna and oh, okay, we'll do the species. There's your goblin. There's your dwarf. There's your human. There's your half orc. There's your bugbear. There's your there. Like even fish is up there. Fish looks like a cook.
Fish is a bugbear. Who looks like a cook.
He's there with like a cleaver and like a fucking onion in his hand.
What about the onions?
Your whole
Like he's
crew
going to throw it at us.
is kind of there. Gunner, that's his name. I forgot everybody's name for half a second.
That's fair. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, it kind of looks at you. like to, and who are we? Who this is? And like, what is it that you sail? What is this?
Oh, I
It's
understand.
Sorgale
Sorry,
and the
Cass wasn't understanding.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Captain of the Crimson Mall. And this lovely bunch of bilge rats.
Well, this is the misfortune.
Fitting.
There's like a goblin that kind of like laughs out loud and gets. And they appear to like get your joke, or whether it's a joke or not, they kind of laugh at it. It's like like nudges like the thigh of the bugbear next to him.
At least someone around here thinks I'm funny.
Oh, the goblin? It's not me, right?
No, it's never you, Kallum.
Gunner speaks up. Hi, the captain. We're collecting more evidence. Quite honestly, the crew, that the ship is a little full.
Sorry, to step in though. They want to get out of here, and they like. Did they even answer our question?
No, they just kind of start to look at each other funny.
No, they didn't.
I think we should maybe find that out. They may have no interest actually in joining us. Really.
I hope not.
Do we hear this conversation?
You can give me a perception check. 13. You can't really make out. You hear maybe some mumbling and stuff like that, but you can't make out exactly what they're saying.
I have a feeling they're talking about us.
Did you see he has an onion, a fresh onion in the back?
They're doing it again.
When was the last time we had any fresh food that wasn't whatever the fish is that's in this stupid cove?
I have a weird request for you.
Is this what you're looking for, or?
No, not really. It's just he's on his own. He's found a new target briefly, and do you think we could have that onion?
Could we start with what is it that you're looking for with flagging us down? Really, truly?
Because if it's an onion, we'll give you that and go on our way. You can even have two. And stop doing that.
I'm just gonna tell him. Yeah, Kallum will look away from Brigitte. I'm here to kill the Banshee Queen.
Fascinating. And you?
The crew kind of like murmurs and whatever after that, and there's like a bit of like giggling or whatever.
Honestly, I am along for the ride.
Well, you two are even more psychotic than we are. Kill the Banshee Queen. We're insane. I kind of like them now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think it's rather charming, actually.
I don't know if charming is the right
I'm
word.
kind of growing a liking to them with the whole onion thing and then killing the Banshee Queen thing. It just feels.
It's rather
it
lofty
feels.
ambitions.
They know
Stop
we're right here, right?
Doing it. So what do you want our help exactly with then? Because we're not here to kill the Banshee Queen.
Well, there is a cave that we need to get to. That's a little too dangerous for the two of us to go on our own. And we were hoping not to have to ask Dan to come with us.
Dan is the crazy man.
Dan. He was quite willing to ask Dan.
I think that he would make the
Front.
situation worse. I think he might make the situation worse.
Definitely.
See?
Crazy bastard.
So you have to get to a cave, a dangerous cave.
And do you even know where this cave is? And how do you know the two of you can't go at it alone?
Like I said, we've been here a little while.
So, well then, I wonder, if you kill the Banshee Queen, then how does that work with getting out? Maybe it's a lot easier.
It's been a possibility I've been considering.
Like, it might also favor us. And plus, remember, it's good for the story, the whole thing that we're creating right now, the whole pirate thing, right?
So you want somebody to accompany you to this cave, is basically what you're asking.
Very nice, yes.
And where is this cave?
Well, I have wonderful news. It's in the same direction you guys are heading.
Okay, it's in that direction, but where is it?
I mean, it's a cave. You see the entrance.
So, presumably at the edge or somewhere along there.
Believe so.
Between the Lost City, or at the edges of the Lost City, between Castle Vedabugan and its shores, there is a tall rock that pierces through the waters, and there is a cave that leads into that rock. Though it does not appear from the outside, that's part of the information that you've learned about this that had been hiding in plain sight. However, that rock is often avoided for multiple reasons, never mind the Lost City being between you and it now, and also it being near Castle Vedabugan and kind of also part of the swarm that's surrounding this castle. It is also a haunted rock. There is ghosts, to put it simply, that surround it.
Honestly, I'm a little. I could be convinced to just tell them everything because they haven't said no yet, and usually we don't get this far.
Honestly, it's just nice to talk to somebody that's not dead. And
I'm gonna, in your head, I'm going to say, I think if you're going to talk in your heads, maybe try and make it a little more discreet, because I think that Sorren is going to, I don't know, but they look like they might.
I almost died already today. I'm pissy.
And yeah, I guess you would look over and see that.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how nice it is to finally speak to people that aren't dead.
Well, that's nice.
So nice.
We were also talking about how the fact that you haven't immediately said no and essentially sailed off on your own with all of the confidence in the world, misplaced or not, we are trying to get to the cursed rock over just past the haunted
Lost City.
Which happens to be rather close to the castle that you are trying to reach.
How did you know we are going to the castle? Didn't say nothing about that.
everyone tries to go to the castle.
Why do people usually go to the castle, Kallum?
It's a giant castle on a hill.
It is the only sign of any kind of civilization you have probably seen in months.
How about we make you a deal?
I do love a good deal.
We can take you to that castle. In exchange, you take us to the cave.
We already know how to get to the castle, though.
You think you know how to get to the castle.
You know how to sail away from the castle.
I love to wait for your 3 years worth of attempts. Or we can do it the fast way.
It could be rather interesting. It's just the two of them.
If there's any surprises, or any of them trying to stab anybody in the back, I will throw them overboard.
Oh, I know. All right, let's do it. I think that I'm interested to see what this turns out to be.
I think interesting is a good word for it.
So, the Banshee Queen. So we have to go to this cave, and then
What is in the cave that you're so keen on finding?
I think we should head to the castle first. It'll be less dangerous.
Oh, fantastic. Alright. I'll signal, like, to throw lines over, because I think Sorren's just assuming they're gonna come on. You guys are gonna come on this ship and not us going your ship, because
It's a
I'm not
lease.
stepping foot on that. Yeah.
If you want, you could also sail together, but it's up to you guys.
I'm good with leaving the misfortune behind. It's kind of a hassle to sail it on our own.
We will miss our barrel skeletons, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go.
You guys got food? Fresh food? You guys
The
are
onions.
One day here?
The onions.
Just onions?
Can I like point to Fish and like beckon him over?
Yeah. Come
Cool.
on, say, hey.
Can I have the onion you're holding?
Oh, you're saying a good one.
That's fine. I didn't say it had to be a good one.
I thought I was gonna get rid of it anyway.
Cool.
You don't know what it's like to go 10 years without a fresh onion.
Oh no, I'm very aware. No, we were in port 3 days ago.
Oh yes, that's a thing, isn't it?
We need to get out of here.
We really need to
You
get
can-
out of here.
Go Fish. Look, just don't touch anything aboard. Don't go wandering into places that you shouldn't. Listen to what my crew says. Don't interfere with anything they're doing. And we won't have an issue. If you do, you get tossed overboard.
Hey, Captain! You hear Sorrel, this goblin, who's wearing like this, like thick leather duster with like a popped collar that basically scuffs the ground. It was clearly made to fit him because he's a goblin. He's got these huge boots that come up to basically his knees that are flappy in this leather and all shaped to fit him. Where he's got like a bunch of like daggers stuffed into his on a belt and kind of like a bandolier. So just had this idea because I spied one over there. They have we don't have our boat because it got like stolen, that little side boat, right? Well, they have a little green boat there, and then maybe we can like you should just take it. You never know when you need the boat.
So actually, you know, I think that might have been your first good idea since coming aboard. Sorrel.
You're a good joker, Captain. Anyway,
I
yeah,
am hilarious.
but I'll go with Agni. We can go grab it.
No, somebody else other than Agni.
Why?
Somebody else.
Before we do that, though, this is your boat. Ship. It is yours, right? Was not someone else's before?
It's a lease.
So technically it's somebody else's, but I'm pretty sure they've already gotten
Someone from...
something compensation for it since, well, we've been here for at least 10 years, and I'm pretty sure they've given up on finding it.
But you brought it in here then?
Yes.
Okay. I was just thinking, if we went and took that, would that be taking something from here?
I mean, we
that
are
it's someone else's.
planning on taking something.
Yes, I guess, but I don't want to invite more that we don't need to deal with.
That is. But we do need a boat to get to shore.
Yeah, that sounds fine. I mean, they brought it in here. It's not like they took it from someone else in here.
Sorrel, take
Yeah.
Sarn and bring the boat over.
Sarn's not gonna fit in the boat. Gunner kind of pipes up. He's like, I'll make sure it doesn't do anything stupid.
Thank you, Gunnar.
And then and Sorrel's kind of like, all right, with the old man, let's go. You and I, we got this, yeah. And he like rappels down on a rope and stuff, and the ships come close, and they basically do some jiggery to like disconnect the boat from hanging from the one side, and then latch it onto the side of your guys' boat there. Pulls up.
Beautiful.
Hanging on the side.
Was that the paddle boat?
You said it was a green one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it may have been in here when we got here, but somebody else brought it in.
No, we saw it come in. Remember
Yes,
there was
somebody
that
else
one
brought
guy,
it in, and then we saw
and we
them.
were like, did he paddle over
What the rules are.
I don't know if there are roads.
Well, I'm just thinking about what we were told about not taking anything.
Do you really trust a lot of what I said, though?
I feel like that's kind of specific.
Well, one thing I forgot to mention about Sorren, they never ever blink, like ever, and the only time you ever hear them breathe in is when they're like, like sighing or being like exasperated. That's the only time you ever like see their chest move or anything. Yeah, a little freaky, but it's fine. Whatever. We do need it. We can leave it behind after we use it if you're that concerned about it.
Alright, I think maybe whoever is actually gonna put their mitts on it, they're probably the ones that have it, if that's what happens.
I think we're gonna have to use it then.
Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with it being used. I'm just saying there might be something that comes from this.
I think there's a great possibility wherever you go. It is a good point. But we can possibly leave it behind before we go.
Alright.
Does that seem fair?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Please realize I'm only asking this to not incur your wrath. Where are we not allowed to go?
you can go down into the lower deck. And the galley. And that's about it, I'd say.
Is there
Don't
anything
take
in
anything
either
from the
of
galley.
Is there anything in those places we should not touch?
Most of it.
Okay. What can you touch?
The floor.
Such wonderful places. And I like grab my I hop back onto our boat to play grip.
I think maybe because we're going to be working together, maybe we should see about what fish is going to be making next. And no,
No, sure. No, you're right.
I mean, I think that we're going to want to trust each other at least a little bit.
You're right.
A little bit
I'm
to be whatever this
trying
is worth.
so hard.
Yes.
It's just. I think like I'm kind of like maybe stepped away. Like if you're gonna grab your stuff and like just like stepped away from the floor. They're just very exasperating.
You know, I really don't find them. I mean, we brought Agni aboard.
And that was a mistake upon itself. You know what? You're right. I will try to look on the positive side. Everything will be great. Okay. Yep. Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Fish.
If this goes horribly... No, positive. Yeah. No, you're good to go talk to Fish. I'll, It's just been a really long day already.
That's true. But I think we should maybe try and have some fun while we're here. And we found some new friends. Potentially.
We just keep picking up so many of them.
Yes, well.
That's true. You know what? You're right. I will try to have fun.
Okay. I mean, just considering where we're headed and what we're doing long term and the potential. You almost died, like, how many hours ago?
It was like 2 hours ago.
Like,
I wouldn't have died.
well, yes, I know we talked about that, but, like, that happened 2 hours ago. It is very possible that we will all die while we're here, so we should try to enjoy a bit of what we're doing, or be a little adventurous or hopeful maybe in moments when we can be, because things are going to be pretty bleak pretty fast. So.
I will try.
All right.
Only because you asked.
Because also, I mean, like, if one of us dies,
Don't say that.
then it might be nice to have some stuff to hold on to. Memories. Things to look back on.
Alright.
Okay. And I'm gonna go find Fish and talk to him about food.
Cool. You go down and you find Fish. What does Sorren do?
I think Sorren's just like trying to recalculate their thoughts around this situation and try to frame it in a positive manner. I think just being broody, like usual. Probably by the helm at this point, I think they would have wandered up
Cool.
there and maybe are standing by Myrrh. And just like watching what these two are doing and watching
Cool.
Gunnar and Sorrel grab the boat and stuff. So
Sounds good. Kallum and Brigitte, what are the two of you doing as you hop aboard the Crimson Maw? There's a strange kind of feeling. Everybody's kind of looking at you, eyeing you up and down. There isn't really. It's kind of like they're like assessing you. Or what is that called? Yeah, assessing you, seeing like what your metal would be, what your worth is. Nobody seems to kind of like. Nobody gives you a hard time. They kind of all look at you and they're all kind of like, person seems like they're capable of whatever. There's also just like this weirdness of kind of like, maybe you hear someone kind of murmur, like, did I say that? 10 years? I don't trust him. I don't know. Like, what about that weird guy? He was here for a while too. Yeah, I don't know anyone else. No, but we haven't been here very long. You think we're going to be here for 10 years? No.
plausible deniability.
Is there anything you would like to do on this fresh ship. It's still got. It's seen its fights and battles. It even looks like there's like some fresh metal banding and repairs on the main mast. Like it has been like hacked at and beaten with like a club or something. Which kind of looks more recent, but it's got its nicks and wears and stuff like that. But it's all right. It's kind of fresh. It's almost there's like just a different energy being on this ship. Even just a nice break from the what's his name? The unfortunate. The misfortune.
It's a pretty good name.
I think Kallum would just be trying to find a place to people watch for a bit, just out of sight. Like out of the way. Well, not really. Not trying to hide or anything, but just trying to make sure he's not in a place where somebody can watch him without him knowing, and being out of the way so that anybody that's trying to get anything done, he's not blocking them.
Okay, cool. And Brigitte?
I sit right next to Kallum.
You're able to find a spot where where the helm comes up. There's the two staircases. You're kind of like nestled to the side of the staircase where like your back's against the wall. There's the helm up above you, which you could look at, but you're able to see 90% of the boat outwards and things like that. You just know Sorren to be up on top of the helm, and then the individual that they have actually at the wheel. That's all that's actually up there right now. But you can definitely see if anyone comes up or down those stairs. There's a door next to you. And then there's like a hatch kind of in the center of the deck. But other than that, everybody's kind of just running the ship and sailing it forward as you kind of sit there and you just people watch. Awesome. Can the two of you give me a perception check? 14 and 8? Cool. Awesome. Talon. You go down and you before you go into the kitchen where Fish is, he's actually just outside and he's got kind of a tray of what looks like decent onions, and he basically just dumps it into this barrel that is lined with teeth as Crouch is fed with and just eats these onions and just lets out this burp.
There.
And then it just reeks of onion for a hot minute as Fish just scrapes in some onions and they're kind of like, oh, no good. I'm going to have to say. And he kind of like bangs off the cleaver or his chef's knife. We're kind of running low on our onions, but
What else do you have?
oh, we got tons. We still got our salted meats and we got well, we used up a lot of the fish, but that's not but we can also fish for the fish. Fish for the fish. Anyway, yeah.
Fish
And we
is
got
fishing
some
for
more
fish.
preservables, cured meats, still jerky. The fruits are still doing fine.
The what still do that?
The fruits,
The fruits?
yeah. Why are you down here? You don't ever come down here anymore.
Well, I mean, coming down here often reminds me. I mean, especially to be quite honest, I really enjoy you, Fish, but you remind me of Cricket a lot, and then it makes me sad. So
Really? That's weird, because I'm Fish.
I know, but you and Cricket spent quite a bit of time together,
Yeah.
and it just reminds me of her being down here.
Yeah, and to be honest, I haven't really gotten to talk to anybody about that, but like I kind of miss her. She was like really, don't tell her this, but actually pretty good at cutting onions.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, yeah, we'll just won't worry about those emotions. What's up?
Push him aside.
I just think it would be really nice if you could make something for our next meal that would be very welcoming of the people that we just took aboard. Party style.
Party style.
You're good at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Fish is party style. I like that. Party style. Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Cool.
Do you know what you're gonna make?
Yeah.
Are you making onion soup?
Yeah. But a specific way that I learned how to make it
Okay.
is it's how they do it over in where's that place? Torment. Anyway, yeah. Still got some buns that go on stale. Gotta start using them up. So I'm gonna use a bunch of the buns. If you put the soup in the bun, and then you can eat the bowl bun thing.
Okay, that was what I thought.
Yes. Yes. Party style.
Party style.
Okay. And could you also maybe do something with fruit too?
Sure, but I don't want to put fruit in.
I don't think don't put it together.
Oh.
Don't put it together.
Yeah,
On the
okay.
side.
Well, you want two things?
Just a little thing on the side. I think that we could really use some fruit.
Sure. Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fight off the skirt.
Yeah, I got you. I party style.
Thank you.
Cool. He ducks underneath the door into the storage area and starts grabbing some things as he kind of hums. Making some onions.
I'll leave.
Making some onion soup.
Awesome. Kallum and Brigitte. As the two of you are sitting there, you are met with someone comes up to talk to you. While a lot of there's specifically some people that watching you and keeping an eye on you. There's this dwarf that kind of has this metal arm. That has kind of this well-fitted jacket that's definitely worn and is like they've had this jacket for a while. They're one of the ones that was talking with Sorren. They gave off the vibes of being a bit more important. They're kind of looking at you every now and then, keeping an eye on you. There's also this tall half-orc. Or she orc? Can't remember.
Orc, yeah.
This tall full orc woman that has like a button-up, like a fitted button-up shirt that has like is like a T, and then they're like rolled up, very sailor style. She has like the sides of her head buzzed, where her hair's done up in like in a like a loose kind of ponytail that hangs back to keep it out of her face. Perhaps there's like one little strand that's kind of loose. Her pants are like very like kind of like high-waisted and tight and fit with a belt. So she doesn't have any like baggy clothing to move around, and she just got huge like muscular arms and is well fitted. Looks like she could throw anyone on this boat off the side of the boat. As her incisors are basically like pushing up her lips, and she kind of just has a scowl. Kind of looks like it's been resting there for a long time. Like her face kind of naturally wrinkles to it, and she also kind of looks at you every now and then. While you also notice this, a small creature comes up to you that's kind of also in this long, very ostentatious leather jacket with this kind of like furred collar neck. As they have this scaly tail that kind of holds the back end of the jacket up. It's one of those coats that have like the slice kind of down the back, and the tail kind of rests in there and it hangs over a little bit nicely. It looks like it was kind of cut a bit more so that it could fit nicer over the tail. And they kind of have like a scheming kind of walk to them while they're wearing this kind of just bandage strapped leather. They don't really have armor on. Is there this kobold? Has a long scar up the side of their face, and they have horns that kind of spiral upwards, and at the ends kind of flare out kind of like flames. And they kind of like step up to you. So,
Kallum just stares at him silently.
don't try anything on this ship. You hear me? Or it'll be me you're answering to.
I have a reason to?
No, but you could be thinking of one.
Why would...
This is no nonsense ship.
This is very true.
Understood.
It's better that it comes
I
from
give
me
like
than
Cal a
someone
little
else.
like side eye, just like, okay.
You in charge around here?
I'm in charge of some. And I know the captain pretty well.
Are you their number 2?
No, which makes me more fearful. You should
Just so I have this straight. We should fear you more and you're scared?
No, I'm scared of nothing.
Okay.
Ignore that part.
Oh, I think the word you're looking for is fearsome.
Makes me more fearsome. Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Doing great.
I know that.
I'm agreeing with you.
Watch it. He kind of like flaps his coat off to the side and walks off. The tall orc woman kind of like watches them and looks back up at you. It's like watching as they walk by, and then looks back over at you guys. They step over to you, this large orc lady, and she asks you something very straight and directly. What did you mean by if we know, if we can get to the castle? There's something in the way, there's some reason we couldn't get there ourselves? What did you mean by that?
The path there is not as straightforward as it might seem. It's almost as if the city itself doesn't want you to make it there.
The city? What city?
The path leading to the castle that crosses through the old.
Lost City.
She looks over her shoulder to look out the front of the boat. And you, Sorren, also while you're kind of looking out that way.
Can I like be listening to whatever
you can
conversations?
give me a perception check, but you definitely can like.
I was like, I feel like
Ragnar
it's like
talks
right,
loud enough that you could hear. Her.
right below.
Yeah.
And I'm always, it's cocked, but it was on a 2.
A 2. Okay. You can definitely hear the questions Redna asks because she's facing your direction and is talking in a way that like she's not being quiet.
Yeah.
Right. What did you mean by that? And then as you answer that question, and she's confused, like, what city? She looks over her shoulder. And you, Sorren, also, like, looking out over your boat, your ship. It's on a boat. And Talon, if you're coming up from the basement, I'm assuming, you're coming back up from the deck, onto the deck, you can see in the waters in front of you, there's basically, like, this sunken city. These tops of buildings and such things. So, the buildings are kind of an interesting size. It's kind of like everything's a little bit bigger than what would be a normal city. But there's like a large tabernacle of a church with a massive like brass bell that's like half hung out and like sitting in it, broken from the thing. But it's basically like you could crash into the top like rooftops is kind of what it is. It's just these huge buildings that are like sunken. As there's kind of this moonlit glow that kind of just cascades across all of the stone that's there. And it's basically you'd be sailing into the top of the rooftops of this city. While you can see on the horizon behind you, or behind it, castle that you're in. That was my and Brenda turns around. What the hell's the Lost City?
For our purposes, you could probably think of it as a maze. Except any path that doesn't lead directly to it just takes you out of it.
The streets will shift and change as you walk through it. You'll never find your way through.
You'll find your way out, just not on the side you want.
And you know your way through.
Fairly confident we know our way through.
10 years.
Is that the only danger in the city?
Certainly not.
steps off and goes in.
Can I like call for Redna?
Yeah.
Just like
You call her and she kind of like looks up. And then perk up. She kind of like looks down at you as she steps away and goes up the stairs.
kind of like pull her like back towards like the very
Yeah. To the back of the helm.
yeah. Just and then
Hi, Captain.
what were they saying? Like catch pieces.
Well, the Lost City is a maze. And we'll find ourselves not on the right side. I guess we're lost and come out not where we want. Not quite sure I understand that, but supposedly they know the way through.
Red.
So I guess we do need We keep an eye on him. Any signs of betrayal or something like that? Be sure to look at it, but rather not get lost in the Lost City.
Probably wouldn't be ideal.
One thing I wonder, Captain, is why them? Why has the Pale Blue not also destroyed them?
I was also curious about that. I think I might go ask her, guess a couple questions myself.
Is that everything?
Aye.
She steps off and steps down, and as she comes down, she kind of like looks back at you guys. She goes off. Maybe it's
Bridget
good
just
watch this.
She walks away.
I'll turn to Bridget. Not a very friendly bunch.
I don't know. I like them. But maybe it's because you're growing on me.
Cool. I want to like saunter down
Cool.
the stairs.
You saunter on down.
Yeah,
You see Sorren sauntering down.
sauntering. And I'll kind of like walk up to the two of them. So, you know your way through this lost city, then. Mostly.
Fairly sure we can find our way through it.
We've failed enough times that we've learned from our mistakes.
Also had the opportunity to talk to a few of the non-living residents of this cove.
Really.
Gotten a few tips here and there. You know, you can all like come and talk to us at once. You don't have to form a line or anything.
Don't mind him. He's just like that.
Great. Alright then. Well, considering you found a way through this lost city, my only question, I think, for you right now then, is why hasn't the Banshee Queen come for you two yet? You know, two lone souls on an empty ship floating around for, what was it, a measly 10 years?
We haven't tried to leave.
I have no intention of leaving.
What is your intention? Why do you want to kill that which cannot be killed?
I'd like to just come just
Yeah.
be part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that you'd come up the deck
Okay.
and saw Redna walk, like Redna may have walked past you, or you saw Redna talk to them and come up. So you can join us at any point.
Bathroom break.
We can, yeah, we'll do that in just a handful. We're gonna end this
No
session
worries.
here. We're coming up to the end of this here, and we can do that. Yeah, absolutely. You learn that they haven't tried to leave, which is perhaps the prime reason why Pale Blue has not come to take them. As they're speaking of this, you notice a shadow cast over your ship as you come to pass a very large map, bigger than what would normally be part of the city. This roof of a church. You're not quite sure. As the moonlight hits it and hits this gray stone, gives it this blue twinkle. And as you look out, you look over your shoulders, you see before you the rooftop ruins of a city lost to these oceans. You've entered the lost city. And that is where we're going to end this session.
Ooh.
With your newfound allies. As people sit there uncertain, we shall see what happens next time on A Sea of Shadow. So thank you so much for watching. And
Good evening.
And a good night.
farewell.
Bye.